सरोज रज निज मनु मुकुरु सुधारी बरनऊ रघुबर विमल जसु जोदायक फलचारी बुद्धिहीन तनु जानिके सुमिरौ पवन कुमार बल बुद्धि विद्या देहु मोहि हरहु कलेस विकार। जय हनुमान ज्ञान गुण सागर जय कपीसति लोक उजागर रामदूत अतुलित बल धामा अंजनी पुत्र पवन सुत नामा महावीर विक्रम बजरंगी कुमति निवार सुमति के संगी कंचन बरन विराज सुबेसा कानन कुंडल कुंचित केसा हाथ वज्र और ध्वजा विराजे कांधे मूज जनेऊ साजे शंकर सुवन केसरी नंदन तेज प्रताप महाजगवंदन विद्यावान गुणी अति चातुर राम काज करिबे को आतुर प्रभु चरित्र सुनिबे को रसिया राम लखन सीता मन बसिया सूक्ष्म रूप धरि सियहि दिखावा विकट रूप धरि लंक जरावा भीम रूप धरि असुर संहारे रामचंद्र के काज संवारे लाय सजीवन लखन जियाए श्री रघुबीर हरषि उर लाए रघुपति कीन्ही बहुत बड़ाई तुम मम प्रिय भरतई सम भाई सहस बदन तुम रोजस गावे अस कहि श्रीपति कंठ लगावे सनकादिक ब्रह्मादि मुनीसा नारद सारद सहित अहिसा जम कुबेर दिक्पाल जहाते कवि कोविद कहि सकै कहाते तुम उपकार सुग्रीवहि कीन्हा राम मिलाय राजपद दीन्हा तुम्हरो मंत्र विभीषण माना लंकेश्वर है सब जग जाना जुग सहस्र जो जन पर भानु लील्योताहि मधुर फल जानू प्रभु मुद्रिका मेलि मुख माही जलधि लांघि गए अचरज नाही दुर्गम काज जगत के जेते सुगम अनुग्रह तुम्हरे तेते राम दुआरे तुम रखवारे होत न आज्ञा बिनु पैसारे सब सुख लहै तुम्हारी सरना तुम रक्षक काहू को डरना आपन तेज संहारो आपे तीनों लोक हांकते कांपे भूत पिशाच निकट नहीं आवे महावीर जब नाम सुनावे नासै रोग हरै सब पीरा जपत निरंतर हनुमत वीरा संकट ते हनुमान छुड़ावे मन क्रम वचन ध्यान जो लावे सब पर राम तपस्वी राजा तिनके काज सकल तुम साजा और मनोरथ जो कोई लावे सोई अमित जीवन फल पावे चारों जुग पर ताप तुम्हारा है प्रसिद्ध जगत उजियारा साधु संत के तुम रखवारे असुर निकंदन राम दुलारे अष्ट सिद्धि नौ निधि के दाता असवर दीन जानकी माता राम रसायन तुम्हारे पासा सदा रहो रघुपति के दासा तुम्हारे भजन राम को पावे जन्म जन्म के दुख बिसरावे अंत काल रघुबर पुर जाई जहाँ जन्म हरि भक्त कहाई और देवता चित्तन धरई हनुमत से सर्व सुख करई संकट कटे मिटे सब पीरा जो सुमिरे हनुमत बलबीरा जय 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 हनुमान गोसाई कृपा करहु गुरुदेव की नाई जो सत बार पाठ कर कोई छूट ही बंदी महासुख होई जो यह पढ़े हनुमान चालीसा होय सिद्धि साखी गौरीसा तुलसीदास सदा हरि चेरा की जय नाथ हृदय महडेरा पवन तनय संकट हरन मंगल मूर्ति रूप राम लखन सीता सहित हृदय बसहु सुर भूप सियावर रामचंद्र की जय पवन सुत हनुमान की जय उमापति महादेव की जय।
स्क्रीनशॉट कैन लेगा आवाज कैन
Jai Shri Krishna. My salutations to Param Pujya Swami Shri Govind Dev Giriji Maharaj, the founder of this great organization. A very good evening. On behalf of Geeta Parivar, I, Srimati J.V. S.M. Lakshmi from Mumbai, take this opportunity to wholeheartedly welcome you all to this wonderful evening, Vivechan Satra. First of all, let me congratulate you all for having stepped into level 3 of this Char Dham spiritual yatra. Today we have all assembled here for the Vivechan Satra of part 1 of the first Adhyaya, the Arjuna Vishada Yoga, which introduces us to the setting, the characters, the events that led to the epic battle of Mahabharata and how it necessitated the revelation of the Bhagavad-Gītā. So let us begin this session with a prayer to start with. Let us invoke the blessings of Bhagwan Shri Krishna, the Jagat Guru. For today's prayer, let us welcome Neena Chandrasekhar ji from Bangalore. Didi, who is an MBA, is a retired CFO in a private sector and has a passion for painting and reading. She has completed L4 in June 2023 and is presently offering her services as group coordinator and tech star for various batches. Didi, please, welcome.
Vasudeva Sutan Devan Kansa Chanuramardanam Devaki Paramanandam Krishna Vande Jagadgurum Shri Krishna Vande Jagadgurum. Jai Shri Krishna.
Thank you so much, Didi, for that wonderful prayer. Now, let us brighten this auspicious occasion and conduct our customary lighting of the ceremonial lamp as a tribute to Ma Saraswati, the embodiment of knowledge. To set the tone for this spiritual extravaganza, I now invite Mrs. Shubhangi Dilip Rao Pawarji from Nira, Pune district, Maharashtra, to do the Deep Prajwalan. Didi is a retired headmistress. She is with Geeta Parivar since September 2021 as Geeta Sevi, offering her services as Geeta Pracharak, member of calling and migration team, core trainer, and technostar in different batches. Thank you, Didi, for coming forward for the Deep Prajwalan. I now welcome you for the Deep Prajwalan, Didi.
निषिद्धैरप्येभिर्लुलितमकरन्दो मधुकरैः करैरिन्दोरन्तश्छुरित इव सम्भिन्नमुकुलः विधत्तां सिद्धिन्नो नयनसुभगामस्य सदसः प्रकीर्णः पुष्पाणां हरिचरणयोरञ्जलिरयम् शरदिन्दुनिभां शुभ्रवस्त्रैरलङ्कृतां कलहंसकृतावासां वरदां शारदां नुमः.
Thank you, Didi. It was a wonderful, wonderful Deep Prajwalan. So now next we are proceeding forward. And before we proceed further, here we have an important announcement. It's a matter of great pleasure to inform you all that under the Learn Geeta program, our new 28th L1 batch is starting from September 15th. Request you all to spread this message amongst your friends and relatives. Yes, now, after those tranquil moments, we now move on to the most awaited part of today's session, the Vivechan session by our most beloved and respected Ms. Rupal ji Shukla Didi. Ms. Rupal ji Shukla is a great Geeta Vrati and Geeta Pravina. She is the disciple of Param Pujya Swami Shri Govind Dev Giriji Maharaj. You will all find it interesting to know that she has grown up with Geeta Parivar from her childhood. She has completed Advaita Vedanta studies from Chinmaya Vishwavidyapeeth, Kochi at a very young age. Now she is the head of our academic literature team and also handles many other responsibilities in Geeta Parivar. It's my honor and great pleasure to welcome you, Rupal Didi, for the interpretation session of the first Adhyaya. Over to Rupal Didi, please. Welcome, Didi. Welcome for the Vivechan session.
Jai Shri Krishna. We are blessed that we are getting this opportunity to do the Chintana of Geeta on this auspicious day of Ekadashi. Today is Putrada Ekadashi, and I hope some of us must be having fast, but still they are coming to Vivechana and listening this. This is a great pleasure for all of us. Let's start today's session with the prayer. Sadashiva-samarambham Shankaracharya-madhyamam Asmadacharya-paryantam Vande Guru-paramparam Vande Guru-paramparam. Jai Shri Krishna, everyone. With the Lord's grace, blessings of many saints and the punya karmas of our previous births, we have got this opportunity to learn Geeta, to spread the knowledge of Geeta. This is certainly a pleasure for us that we are getting this opportunity, and this has come to our minds that we should learn Geeta. We should start thinking of that Geeta. We should start getting the concepts now. And this is our time to do something for our society. As we are starting first chapter, everyone is learning in level 1 and level 2. They are proceeding. But finally, we are coming back to first chapter. Not going further, we are coming on first chapter. So it may sound weird to some people that we are coming back to first chapter. But in our Shastric method, there is no compulsion of sequence. Always in our Shastric method, in our Shastric Paddhati, there is a rule. If you have to understand something, you have to go with the meaning. Just suppose if we start with the first chapter, Arjun is crying so much, and then second chapter, Lord is telling these Sthita Pragyasya Ka Bhasha Samadhi Satsakesha, all these Sthita Pragya Lakshanas. So what happens? In first chapter, we are seeing Arjuna is crying. Second chapter, Lord is telling so many high concepts. We are not able to understand, that is Jnana Yoga completely. So what will happen to us? We would not be able to proceed. This is not my cup of tea. I cannot move. This is done, just done. So something like that may happen. That's why Param Pujya Swamiji, a great saint, he has the vision to connect so many people with this Geeta. Whoever is loving Geeta, whoever is the lover of Geeta is called member of Geeta Parivar. So we have got this opportunity, and we are learning with the method, with a special method, so that we can learn it easily with the easiest method. So after completing 6th chapter, we are starting first chapter finally. First chapter is Arjuna Vishada Yoga. In 12th chapter, we seen Bhakti Yoga. In 15th chapter, Purushottama Yoga. In 16th chapter, Daivasura Sampad Vibhaga Yoga. And then 9th chapter, 14th chapter, Gunatraya Vibhaga Yoga, Shraddhatraya Vibhaga Yoga, Rajavidya Rajaguhya Yoga. All these chapters we have completed. And after learning Bhakti, why we are starting with the 12th chapter? Because it is easiest. The smallest chapter in Bhagavad Gita and easiest also, because we are not aware of Jnana Yoga. But if anyone asks, are you doing Bhakti? Are you worshipping Lord? In India, it is very common. We are very much familiar with the Bhakti, with the devotion. That's why we have started with the 12th chapter. If we are not having time later, we must have known bhakti now. We must know. We already know we have completed bhakti yoga. Now we know what is bhakti. What are the bhakti lakshanas? How can I be the favorite of Lord? We have seen that. So now, after completing these 6 chapters, we have patrata of that. Now we are eligible to understand this first, second, third, these chapters, because these are Arjuna Vishada Yoga. That is easy, but we have to know the story first to understand that first chapter. Second chapter, Jnana Yoga, Sankhya Yoga. Third chapter, Karma Yoga, then Karma Sannyasa Yoga, then Atma Sanyam Yoga. So many bigger concepts are going to come in this level 3. So we are starting first chapter. In first chapter, Arjuna Vishada Yoga. Why all the chapters are called yoga? As we are in level 3, I'm not taking just the shlokas, but also I would be telling you some concepts of that. As why it is called yoga. So some of us may know this, that why we are calling all the chapters as yoga. Yoga means connection. Connection means to get attached to something. So getting attached to Lord, that is yoga. And first chapter, then you may have the question that why we are calling first chapter Arjuna Vishada Yoga. Arjuna is crying and that is also called yoga. Why? How so? So Arjuna is crying, but he has surrendered to Krishna. In second chapter, he would be telling, Shishyasteham Shadiman Tvam Prapannam. Now I have surrendered myself, Krishna. Now you just tell me what I have to do. He has surrendered. So he has surrendered to Lord. Now he is connected to him. That Arjuna's love for Krishna, that is attachment there. That's why Arjuna is crying, but still that is called Arjuna Vishada Yoga. That is also called yoga. In all these 18 chapters, first chapter, Arjuna Vishada Yoga, this is also called yoga. So before going to first chapter, in 16th chapter, if you remember the shloka 23rd, Karya Karma Kartu Miharhasi and Karya Karya Vyavasthitau. What is Shastra? Karya Karya Vyavasthitau. Shastra is which tells us what we should do and what we should not do. That is Shastra. Shastric definition is Anushasayati iti Shastram. Anushasayati iti means which tells us the discipline, how to keep ourselves in discipline. That is Anushasayati. And what discipline the Shastras tell? Pratah kalad arabhya, ratri kala paryantam. When we get up in the morning, when we wake up, and in the night, when we sleep, till that time, all the 24 hours. Shastra is telling what you should do and why you have got this Manusya Janma, what you should do to make it sarthaka, to make it beneficial for you. So that is Shastra, Anushasayati iti Shastra. Now, one very common question is, what is considered as Shastra? We are calling Bhagavad-Gītā as Shastra. We are calling Puranas as Shastra. Whatever we are getting, any Grantha, we are knowing the name of that, we are calling it Shastra. So what exactly Shastra word covers? What are the Granthas? What are the books? What are the subjects are called as Shastra? So let me tell you, everything is clarified. There is no doubt. Just the matter is, we know or we don't know. So Shastra is also defined very specifically in our Shastras only. So Shastra is Angani Vedas Chatvaro Mimamsa Nyaya Vistaraha Puranam Dharma Shastrancha Vidya Hita Chaturdasha. Angani Vedas Chatvaro. Angani means Shadangas. We know the Vedangas. To understand the Vedas, first supreme authority of knowledge and supreme authority of anything, what we should do, what we should not do. For that, supreme authority is Veda. And to understand the Veda, we have to learn before that 6 angas, Shadangani we say. Vedangas, Shad Vedangas, 6 Vedangas are there. So, Angani Vedas Chatvaru. Angani means Shadangas, understood? Vedas Chatvaru, 4 Vedas. 6 plus 4 is 10. Then Mimamsa. Then Nyaya, Nyaya Vistaraha. So, Mimamsa, Nyaya. Then Puranam Dharma Shastrancha, Purana Dharma Shastra. These 4. Puranam Dharma Shastram cha Vidyahyata Chaturdasha. These are 14 Vidyasthanas. Vidyasthana means from which source we are getting that knowledge. So 4 Vedas, 6 Vedangas, then Mimamsa, then Dharma Shastra, then Purana and then Dharma Shastra. Purana, Dharma Shastra, Mimamsa and Nyaya. These are the 14 Vidyasthanas. Somewhere it is considered as 18 Vidyasthanas, but there we are considering the Upavedas also. But mainly these 14 Vidyasthanas. So in these Vidyasthanas, we have with us 4 Vedas, done, Shadangani. Then what are the Vedangas? 14 Vedangas we are saying. So what are these Vedangas to understand the Veda? How we should be learning that? So Vedangas are 6. Siksha Kalpo Vyakaranam, Niruktam Chandasamiti, Jyotisha Mayanam Chakshu, Shadango Veda Uchyate. So Siksha Kalpa Vyakarana, Nirukta, Chanda, Jyotisha. These 6 Vedangas. Now what is Siksha? In Geeta Parivar, we are learning the Ucharana method, the pronunciation method. So that is not completely of Parini Vyakaran. Parini Vyakaran is giving us Sutra, Pramana, but some of the pronunciation rules are also taken from Siksha Shastra. Shiksha Shastra, Anubhava Shastra. So Siksha Shastra is basically based on Ucharana, pronunciation. How to pronounce the Vedas, how to pronounce the Sanskrit language. So Siksha Shastra is Ucharana Shastra, then Kalpa Sutra, then Vyakaranam. Kalpa Sutra telling some yagyas, when these yagyas to be performed, and Vyakaranam we are learning the sandhis and we are seeing the L1 Vyakarana, L2 grammar, L3 grammar. So all these are Vyakarana, Shabda Vitpatti Shastram. Nirukta is telling us in Vedas in which preference what word is used, and at that place, at that specific place, what is the meaning of that word. One word is having plenty of meanings, 10, 20, 30 meanings. In Sanskrit, there are many words. So at that place, what meaning is considered? What meaning? What is the meaning of that word? So that is Nirukta. After learning the Nirukta, so Kosha Shastra, then Chandas Shastra. We are learning Bhagavad-Gītā. So in Bhagavad-Gītā, we have 2 chandas used, Anushtup Chanda and Trishtup Chanda. So these 2 chandas are used in Bhagavad-Gītā. So Chandas Shastra, but there are Vedic chandas, there are Laukik chandas, and there are Matrik chanda and Varnik chanda. So according to letters and according to matras. So there are many. So all that is given in Chandas Shastra and then Jyotish Shastra to know all about the planets. So Jyotish Shastra. These are the 6 Vedangas. So these 6 are considered as Vidyasthanas, as the source of knowledge. And then one more thing is in Shastra only, we can categorize these Shastras in 4 categories, which is Shruti, Smriti, Purana and Itihasa. These 4 categories. So first is Shruti. Shruti is what? Shruti is directly Vedas. Vedas are called Shruti. Then Smriti. Smriti is for common people. To understand the Vedas, Vedic concepts, that is given in easy method in Smritis. And then comes Purana. Purana, all the dharmic and Vedic methods are given in the form of stories. In all the Puranas, we have mainly 18 Puranas, Markandeya Purana, Skanda Purana, Brahma Vaivarta Purana, Brahma Purana, Matsya Purana. There are 18 Puranas. So we know that. So Śrīmad-Bhagavadgītā Mahapurana. Bhagavatam is also one Purana. So this is called, this is Purana, and another category is Itihasa. So Mahabharata and Ramayana is called Itihasa. Exactly. So these are two Itihasa. Now, Bhagavad Gita is one Shastra, one Grantha, which is having actually the qualities of all these four. So we can call it Shruti also, Smriti also, Itihas also, and Purana also. How? Because the gist of Vedas is Upanishad, and the gist of Upanishad is Bhagavad Gita. Hence it is called Shruti. Second is Smriti. Bhagavad Gita is a Smriti. Anywhere if you say what is Bhagavad Gita, Shruti or Smriti, there it will be considered mainly as Smriti. Smriti is for common people. The principles applied for in our lives. So that is Smriti. Then Purana. Vedavyasji is the composer of all the Puranas, and he has written the Mahabharata also, and Bhagavad Gita is the part of Mahabharata, hence it is called Purana also, Gita Puranam. And then comes Itihasa. Mahabharata and Ramayana is Itihasa, and Bhagavad Gita is the part of Mahabharata from 25th to 42nd chapter of Bhishma Parva. This Bhagavad Gita having 700 shlokas and 18 chapters. It is the part of Mahabharata, not the independent Grantha. No. It is the part of Mahabharata. That's why it is called Itihasa also. So, Bhagavad Gita is Shruti, Smriti, Itihasa and Purana all. Now, when we are telling it is the part of Mahabharata, so we must know some things, some facts about Mahabharata also. Why it is called Mahabharata and where it is written, all those things. So why it is called Mahabharata? There is very interesting story. Mahabharata original name is not Mahabharata. Original name is Jaya Samhita. It is having 18 chapters. There in older times, in previous time, we were having one calculation method. That time we were not having zero or anything, all these things. So there was some calculating method as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, like that. So Ja was 8. Ka, Kha, Ga, Gha, 1, 2, 3, 4, then Cha, Cha, Ja comes 8, 7, 6, 7, 8. So Ja was having 8 number, then Ya, Ra, Lava, 1, 2, 3, 4. Ya was having 1 number, considered as 1 number. So Ja is 8 and Ya is 1. So it should be 81, not 18. But in older times, the calculation method was opposite. Not from the starting to back, we were going from that ending point. So 1 and 8, it was having 18 chapters. That's why it was called Jaya. Jaya, the name was Jaya, 1 and 8. Jaya Samhita is any collection of mantras. So it was the name, original name is Jaya Samhita. Mahabharata original name is Jaya Samhita. And how the Mahabharata name was given? Once all the devatas, just they were talking, and sometimes we also feel okay, some joke type thing, or we just try to do something. Okay, we have to do something. We are just free, something like that. They were just gossiping, and they started discussing that Mahabharata is heavier in weight or the Vedas. So they thought, yes, it is a question, because Mahabharata is not just one book or published by Geeta Press, that the detailed Mahabharata having 6 volumes, and the Sankshipta Mahabharata, the shorter Mahabharata, is having 2 volumes. So that is not only Mahabharata. Mahabharata is having 60 lakh shlokas. 60, then where it is available? It is not available now, because in 60 lakh shlokas, 30 lakh shlokas were given to Swargaloka. There, Narad Rishi is singing all those shlokas. 15 lakh shlokas were given to Pitraloka. There, Asit Deval Rishis are singing those shlokas. 14 lakh shlokas were given to Yakshas, Yakshaloka. There, Shukadev Muni in the form of Yaksha, he is singing for everyone. And 1 lakh shlokas were given to Manushya-loka. Those 1 lakh shlokas we are having. And those 1 lakh shlokas were sung by Vaishampayan Rishi for Janmejay. And there is a long story. I will be telling slowly in this session only. So 1 lakh shlokas. And in those 1 lakh shlokas also, we are not having all the shlokas available now. Some of the part is available with us. So 1 lakh shlokas. So when 60 lakh shlokas are there, so everyone has the question, Mahabharata is heavier or the Vedas are heavier? So they thought, okay, let's go to Brahmaji. Brahmaji was the judge of Supreme Court. Everyone used to go there only when they are not getting the result or they are not getting the solution. So they went to Brahmaji. Mahabharata is heavier. We are having one very important question. They were thinking, yes, it is very important. They went, yes, Mahabharata is heavier or Vedas is heavier? Okay, Brahmaji thought, okay, let's calculate. They took something and weighing machines and all those things. They waited. What happened? Mahabharata was heavier than the Vedas. All the 4 Vedas, Rig Veda, Yajur Veda, Samveda, Atharvaveda. When Mahabharata was heavier than Vedas also, and that time is what it was Jaya Samhita. Vedas are called Bharata. So heavier than Bharata, heavier than Vedas. That's why it is called Mahabharata. Heavier than Bharata also. Bharata is Vedas, and heavier than Bharata, heavier than Vedas also. That's why it is called Mahabharata. And later, there should not be any discrimination for the Vedas that Mahabharata is superior and Vedas are not, but Vedas are the supreme source of our knowledge. So there should not be any discrimination. That's why Mahabharata is called Panchama Veda. If we have heard that Arti, Bharata Panchama Veda Arati Suranara Muni Game. So Bharata Panchama Veda. Mahabharata is called Panchama Veda. That's why it is considered as this. So there are 60 lakh shlokas. So this name was given Mahabharata. Then Vyasji, after composition of all these Puranas and all the whatever he has written, the Vedas, Puranas, everything, he was not satisfied. Sometimes we have done everything, but I'm not satisfied. There is something left. I'm feeling that. Vedavyasji started thinking, I'm not satisfied. There is something left, but I'm not getting what it is. He went to Brahmaji again. He asked him that I'm not satisfied. There is something left, I'm thinking. Brahmaji then ordered him to write Mahabharata. So he thought, yes, it is a good idea. I should write Mahabharata. But Vedavyasji told Brahmaji, I cannot write that much. Yeah, I can create the shlokas, I can tell all the things in that form, I can compose it, but I cannot be a writer for that. I cannot write that much because all the shlokas are coming and going in the flow. So if I will be writing, so that will take longer time, very much time. I cannot do that. Then Brahmaji suggested him, okay, when you are finding a best writer, you should go to Ganeshji. Go and ask him and just tell that Brahmaji has told, so he will not deny. Vedavyasji went to Ganeshji. He thought, yes, it is a good idea. I will be composing the shlokas and he will be writing. I don't need to write. He was happy. He went to Ganeshji. He told everything as it is, as Brahmaji told. Now Ganeshji thought, oh my God, I have to sit for longer time. I will be having all these things to write all these shlokas, and Ganeshji started thinking, no, it is not possible. So he thought, okay, I will put a condition in front of Vedavyasji, then he will not ask me to write Mahabharata. What he did, he asked Vyasji, if my pen stops at any moment, I will stop writing. So you have to compose all the shlokas back to back. If I finish my writing and you are not able to tell me the shloka, I will stop at that moment. I will not write further. Vedavyasji accepted. Okay, done. Deal done. But I also have one condition. Vedavyasji is not lesser than Ganeshji. He told, I also have one condition. What? Ganeshji told, my God. And again, one condition. Let's see. Vedavyasji told, until you understand the meaning of that shloka, you will not write it. When you have understood the meaning of that shloka, that particular word, then only you will write. Ganeshji thought, okay, it is going to be very easy task for me. I will understand and I will write. If I stop, I will stop writing. So Ganeshji accepted, okay, done, deal done. Now Vedavyasji started telling him and he started writing. What happened? In all these 60 lakh shlokas, there are 88,000 shlokas which are very tough to understand. That is called Kuta Shloka. Those shlokas are named as Kuta Shloka. Why? What happened was, Vedavyasji was telling, Ganeshji was writing, when Vedavyasji has to take some time to compose the shloka, he used to tell one very clear, very tough shloka to Ganeshji. Then he will take some time to understand that shloka, then he will write, and by that time I will create next shloka. I will compose next shloka. That's why there are 88,000 shlokas which are very tough to understand. These are, no one knows which are these shlokas, but there are 88,000 shlokas. Because Vedavyasji was taking some time to collect all the information and create these shlokas. So that was the thing. Vedavyasji, Ganeshji started writing. Vedavyasji told that Mahabharata to Ganeshji, and then Vaishampayana told that Mahabharata to Janmejay. Janmejay is Vanshaj of that Kuru Vansh only. First is Shantanu. After Shantanu, Bhishpitama, Vichitravirya, Vichitrangada. Then after Vichitravirya, there are Dhritarashtra, Pandu. After Dhritarashtra and Pandu, there are Pandavas and Kauravas. And after Kauravas and Pandavas, let's consider Arjuna as one. So Pandavas, Arjuna. Arjuna's son is Abhimanyu. Abhimanyu's son is Parikshit. Parikshit's son is Janmejay. So this long list we have, long Vansha. So Janmejay is asked Vaishampayan Rishi. Vaishampayan is the disciple of Vedavyasa. So Janmejay asked Vaishampayan Rishi that you recite me all this story of my Purvaja. I want to listen that brave story full of courage, and I want to listen that battle that happened on Kurukshetra. He was so curious to know. Then Vaishampayan Rishi started telling him. And one very interesting thing is, Brahmaji has given Divya Drishti to Vedavyasji to see everything as it is. Trikala Darshi. Trikala Darshi is Vedavyasji. He can see present, past, future as it is. Even he can see the things which you are not speaking and that is not happening, but that is in your mind. He can read your minds also. So he know all the things. Hasta Malakvat. Haste Amalakvat means in my hand, if you put one amla, and I'm having that, and I can see as I want that. Then one very little fruit. I can see as I want. So Hasta Amalakvat. Vedavyasji was able to see everything as he wanted. So he was seeing everything. That's why he's in future also. He already saw the future. In Mahabharata itself, when Vaishampayanji is reciting that to Janmejaya, he is telling that is written in this Mahabharata that this Mahabharata will be recited to Janmejaya by Vaishampayana. I am reciting something to someone and I am telling this is written in this Mahabharata. See? Because Vedavyasji was able to see everything. This must be happening in future. This will be happening. So he already wrote that. And there is one misconception is you should not keep Mahabharata at home. There will be fighting and so many misconceptions. That's why Mahabharata people started reading this. But our Param Pujya Swamiji, he told us, if you don't keep Mahabharata at home, you will be fighting. Whoever keeps Mahabharata at home, they are not fighting because they are reading that Mahabharata. They have already learned the lessons. In Mahabharata, there are 5,000 characters. And in this world, there is no person, there is no one who cannot relate themselves with any of those characters. Vedavyasji has written it like this. You must be finding one, yes, this character is like me. This character is like me. I behave like this. I think like this person. So all the characters are composed by Vedavyasji. Mahabharata is the largest epic. This, and everyone accepts, even the Britishers, and everyone knows. No one can even write 60 lakh shlokas. If we don't consider 60 lakh, leave that 1 lakh shloka. No one was able to write 1 lakh shloka also, other than Mahabharata. So we have that Grantha with us. And if we talk about Bhagavad-Gītā, these are some proud factors about our Sanskriti. These are some proud factors about our Indian culture. If we consider Bhagavad-Gītā is having 1800 authentic commentaries. Focus on my words, because I'm not talking about the translations. Most translations are available of Bible, 1200 translations. But for Bhagavad-Gītā, we have 1800 authentic commentaries, not translation. If we count translation, there are many. We cannot even count that. So Bhagavad-Gītā, 1800 commentaries. Vinoba Bhaveji wrote the commentary on that. Gandhiji wrote 2 commentaries, Geeta Mata Anak Sakti Yog, and Bal Gangadhar Tilakji. We see anyone. They have written some commentary. They have read somewhere in Bhagavad-Gītā. Sometime in their life, they have read Bhagavad-Gītā. We have Tattva Vivechane, we have Gyaneshwari, we have Geeta. Geeta Press has published so many Bhagavad-Gītas. So we have 1800 commentaries on Bhagavad-Gītā. How rich our culture is. That's why when Vivekananda seen that Bhagavad-Gītā is the most downside, he told that the Bhagavad-Gītā, okay, lesser Shastra like that. Everyone started telling. He told that is the new, that is the basic of all the dharmas. That's why it is the most downside. That was Vivekananda, pride for our culture. He had that. That's why he could crush all the arguments of everyone. So, and in Bhagavad-Gītā, we have 700 shlokas. In those 700 shlokas, we have 574 shlokas by Lord Krishna, 84 shlokas by Arjuna, and 41 shlokas by Sanjaya, and 1 shloka by Dhritarashtra. All 700 shlokas. So all this Bhagavad-Gītā is the Upadesh of Lord Krishna, but we have 574 shlokas. And Shankaracharya and some saints consider as Bhagavad-Gītā is starting from 2nd chapter, 11th shloka, because Lord started speaking from there. Before that first chapter, Sanjaya is telling everything to Dhritarashtra. Like that. So before it is, yes, it is Bhagavad-Gītā, but some saints consider. I'm just telling you the opinions. So let's start. 574 shlokas by Lord Krishna, 84 shlokas by Arjuna, and 41 by Sanjaya, 1 shloka by Dhritarashtra, and that is very first shloka of Bhagavad-Gītā. Dhritarashtra uvacha dharma kshetre kurukshetre samaveta mamaka pandavaschaiva kimakurvata Sanjaya. Mamaka pandavaschaiva. This was the seed for the battle of Mahabharata, not Draupadi. We should understand this. Draupadi never said in Mool Mahabharata, Andhe ka beta andha, what we have heard. Never. She never said that. Everyone is just telling their Akshepak stories also, but Draupadi never said that. This is Dhritarashtra, because Dhritarashtra was the father of Duryodhana, Dushasana, and all the Kauravas. If the father has control over his son, how can son become this cruel? Never. He knew everything that Duryodhana has tried to poison Bhima in the childhood. He poisoned Bhima and he threw him away in the water, in the river. He should die. But he didn't know that he will meet his Nanaji and grandfather, and all that will happen. He will be getting 10,000 elephant power from there. No one knows. But when Duryodhana sent him back, He was very surprised because Nagaloka, and in that Nagaloka, he was the grandfather of Bhima. So all that is a different story. You can see the Mahabharata. I'm doing the marketing. You should read Mahabharata. So in first shloka, Mamaka Pandavaschaiva Dharma Kshetre. Let's see the meaning of this shloka first. Dhritarashtra said, "O Sanjaya, what did my son Mamakaha?" Dharma Kshetra means the holy place, Dharma Kshetra. This was also called Kurukshetra. Why? Because the king Kuru has performed tapa on that place, on that field. That's why it was also called Kurukshetra. Dharma Kshetre, Kurukshetre, Samaveta. Samaveta means assembled. Samaveta, Yuyutsavaha. Yuyutsava means the people who are having the desire to fight. Yuyutsavaha. Mamakaha, my son. Pandavaschaiva. There is one, actually I will say with the Dharma Drishti, if the younger son has died, then all the children are the son of the elder brother. So if the Pandu has died, then all these, the Pandavas and Kauravas, all are the son of Dhritarashtra. But Dhritarashtra never considered them as his sons. What happened? I will tell you one story also. When Yudhishthira was fighting with the board game with the Kauravas in that sabha, in that meeting room, everyone asked him to play. He was okay. He was also thinking everything is going to destroy. He already lost all the Pandavas, and everyone is asking Draupadi is left. He was not ready to play, but Dhritarashtra asked him to play. So Yudhishthira said, even everything gets destroyed, I have to play here because father is telling. We cannot disobey him. He is our father when our father is not alive. So we have to accept whatever he is telling. He is our father. We cannot disobey. We have to obey. So see, all the Pandavas are considering him as a father, but Dhritarashtra is not. He is telling Mamaka Pandava cha, my son and the son of Pandavas. Mamaka Pandavasya Kimakuruvat Sanjaya. What did they do, Sanjaya? You tell me. So Sanjaya started telling something. So he stopped. No, you just stop. You tell me from the starting. Actually, Sanjaya is not telling this Bhagavad-Gītā from the first day. No. Sanjaya went in Kurukshetra for 10 days. He was there. On 11th day, when Bhishma Pitama was killed, he was not killed actually, he was on Sharshaya. Then Sanjaya came back to kingdom, Hastinapur. And then he started telling Dhritarashtra. Then Dhritarashtra asked this question, Dharma Kshetre Kurukshetra, on 11th day, not first day. He asked this question, Dharma Kshetre Kurukshetra, what happened? You tell me, what did they do? And Sanjaya started telling something. Oh no, Dhritarashtra stopped him. He told, you tell me from the starting. So now from second shloka, Sanjaya is telling all the story, whatever has happened from this starting point. Let's see. Kim Akurvat Sanjaya. Sanjaya is Shutaputra. What happened? He was so jnani. He was having a great knowledge. So when he went to Vedavyasa, he asked for knowledge, but he was Shudra. So what happened? Vedavyasa asked him, are you capable of studying all this? He told yes. Vedavyasa told, okay, even you are Shudra, no problem. You have to give entrance. Everyone has to. You have to give entrance. If you clear that, I will give you Vidya. I will give you the knowledge. He wrote entrance and he passed that. So with the Tapobala, with the Jnanabala, Vedavyas made Sanjaya from Shudra to Brahmana. He made him Brahmana. Then he was appointed as a minister, personal minister to Dhritarashtra. So who says no one can achieve anything? Everyone can with the tapobala, with the jnanabala. Shudra was taught everything and he was made Brahmana. So Sanjaya, that's why Sanjay can say anything to Dhritarashtra also. He was minister. He was appointed as personal minister because Dhritarashtra, everyone knows, Bhishpitama knows that he is Mudamati. He must be doing some mistakes. There must be some people to guide him. So one is Sanjaya, another is Vidur. What happened? If we know this story, before going to second shloka, let me tell you. For Mahabharata starts from Shantanu. Shantanu is there are many kings before Shantanu also, but this story starts from Shantanu. Shantanu saw a girl that was Gangaji and he fell in love with Gangaji. He asked her to marry him. Gangaji told yes. Okay, now finally he got the answer yes. But Gangaji had one condition. She told, whatever I will be doing, you should not ask me any question. If you ask me any question, that day itself I will leave from here. You cannot ask me even a single question, Gangaji told. Even that was better all the time. If you ask less questions to a lady, that will be beneficial for you all the time. But Gangaji put a condition. Shantanu was liking her very much. He told, okay, yes, I will not ask you a question. After a few years, they had one son. And the time Shantanu was going to see that son, Gangaji took that and she left from there. When she came back, Shantanu cannot ask a question. Where my son go? Where did my son go? Where did you took her? Where did you take him? No, he cannot ask any question. Okay, happened with one son, then and second, then third, then fourth. Same story is repeating. She was taking son and she was going from there. When she was back, Shantanu cannot ask the question. You see, after seven sons, what Shantanu thought, no, I cannot tolerate this anymore. 7 sons, how can one father bear this pain? He told, now, no, I cannot. When they got 8th son, what happened when Gangaji took him and she was going in the way itself, Shantanu stopped her. And when he stopped, where are you taking all my sons? Gangaji told, okay, now you have asked a question. I cannot stay here anymore. If you have asked me, I will be answering your question, but I will not stay here. So Shantanuji was very sad, but he had to know where all my sons are going. So Gangaji told, all these are 8 Vasus. They have got the sharp from the Rishi that you have to go to Mrityu Loka for some reason. So they requested me that they should get the birth in this Mrityu Loka, but I should make them free at the very moment they are born. So Gangaji was doing that only. So they are not such as the son of some people, they are Vasus. So 7 Vasus are Mukta now, but 1 is left. And you have asked the question. You should have waited for 1 more. So later you must have not felt that pain. Okay. But now I have to go. She told. Okay, she has to go. She told, I will be taking this son with me. Later I will give you. I will give you back. But now I will complete his studies, his Dhanur Vidya and all the Veda Shastra Jnana, all that I will complete, then I will give it back. That time, this son's name was Devavrata. Devavrata, not Bhishma Pitamaha. Devavrata. Pitamaha is grandfather. So Bhishma is the name. But Bhishma also the name he has got later. The name was Devavrata. After many years, Shantanu was sad. But one day he saw one boy. He was trying to stop the flow of Gangaji with his arrow. And seeing so like that courage in one boy, 7-8-year-old, he thought, my God, what this boy is trying to do? He asked him, what you are doing? And that moment Gangaji came there. And Gangaji told him all these stories that he is Devavrata, your son. He has completed all the jnana. He has got all the jnana from Brihaspati, the guru of all the devatas, and he has been taught Dharur Vidya by the Parashurama, the great warrior, we can say Parashurama. He is teaching. Even Parashurama has taught Karna. Parashurama has taught many warriors in Mahabharata. So he is teaching him. So he is very perfect now. Now you can take him back. So she gave. But Shantanu was sad. Gangaji was not there. So he started feeling lonely. One day he saw one lady named Satyavati. She was Matsya Kanya. Matsya Kanya means she was having some smell, some different smell, because being in kingfishers, we can say, she was in between all these people. So she was having some kind of smell. What happened was, with the boon of Parashar Rishi, she has got very beautiful smell. And that smell was spreaded till 100 yojana. Kilometers and kilometers. That is a different story. I will not go deep into it. So she has got that. When Shantanu smelled, wow, what a fragrance. Who is she? He saw her and he went and he asked, will you marry me? But she told, I cannot answer you anything. You have to ask my father. He went, okay, I want to marry your girl, your daughter. Her father was very smart. He told, I know that you have one son. Even Shantanu was Chakravarti Samrat. He is a great king. But when the matter is of my daughter, he had to ask. He asked, I know that you have one son. Okay, I don't have any problem. But one condition is, my daughter's son will be the heir of the line. He will be the king after you. So Shantanu was, no, Devavrata has to become the king. I cannot do that with him. He is my only son now. So he loved Devavrata so much. He denied. Okay, I will not marry now. He went, but he was very sad. And Devavrata seen him, saw his father that he is very sad, and he started thinking why he is very sad. Then he cannot ask also, he will not tell. So he tried to find out what is the matter exactly. He asked so many people. Then Guptachara. We have to come to the Guptachara. These days, ladies, our ears, Guptachara, very perfect Guptachara. So he asked some Guptachara to try to find out what is the matter. Some person told him, this is the matter. He thought, this is not a big deal. This is easier. He went there and he asked, why are you not ready to marry your daughter with my father? He was also the prince of that Hastinapur, great kingdom. So he was very afraid. How can I tell him that he is not marrying because of you? I cannot tell that condition to him. He will just kill me at the very moment he listened that. So he told, okay, he was very, very much afraid. But he told, Bhishmatama, the Devavrata told, I will not kill you. I give you Abhaydana. Abhaydana is one term. When it is given, then you can say anything. You should not have that bhaya. You should not have that scary feeling. Abhaydana, he gave Abhaydana. Okay, now you tell me. He told, I just told him, if my daughter has a son, that son should become the king after you. So, okay, that's very small condition, not a big deal. It's fine. Okay, that will be done. He told, okay, now you are telling, but you will be having son later. And then my daughter's son, they will be fighting together for the kingdom. Then you will not be there, I will not be there, and no one will be there. So they will be fighting. And my daughter is not like, she is not belonging to a kingdom, something like Hastinapur. So there will be son and there will be children, they will not be having that courage. They will not be so stronger like your son. So they cannot fight, they will be defeated, and then what will happen? So he told, okay, you are afraid. I take the pledge. That time, this is Bhishma Pratigya. He told, I will never marry and I will always protect the son of your daughter and the line of that. Whoever is son, all the vanshaj of that. So that all, I will never marry. That moment, if you read the description in Mahabharata, Mool Mahabharata, the air, the wind stopped and all the rivers started tsunami and everything, because that was Bhishma Pratigya. From that moment, all the devatas showered all the flowers, and that time Devvrat got the name Bhishma because of this pledge, Bhishma. Then very happily, they didn't tell anything to Shantanu. They were just, he is ready. The Satyavati's father is ready. So they married and Shantanu was very happy. Satyavati got two sons. One is Vichitravirya, another is Chitrangad. Again, Chitrangad was killed in one war, and Vichitravirya was not very brave, not very powerful. So what Bhishma Pitama did, he kidnapped three sisters actually from the Swayamvara. He kidnapped three sisters, but one Amba, Ambika, Ambalika. Amba told, I cannot marry your brother because I have already accepted someone else as my husband from my heart. So that time this was accepted. Okay, if you have accepted anyone else from your heart, so if you marry anyone, so life will be destroyed only. So she told this to Bhishma. Bhishma told, okay, now you can go back. If that is the case, you can go back. But when he went back, that king was not ready to accept her because she was kidnapped and that king was defeated. This was a shame for him. So he told, I cannot accept you. So Amba was rejected from the Bhishma also, and from that king also, Shalvaraj, I think. So from that king also, she was so frustrated, so furious, and she gave the shap to Bhishma. And from that, then Ambika was married to Dhritarashtra, and Ambalika was married to I'm sorry. Ambika and Ambalika both were married to Vichitravirya. Then Dhritarashtra was the son of Ambika and Pandu was the son of Ambalika. But what happened? Vichitravirya was not that powerful, so he didn't have a son. So Satyavati requested Vedavyasa. Vedavyasa is the son of Satyavati with the Parashar Rishi. So Vedavyasji is the son of Satyavati. Satyavati is the second wife of Shantanu, but Vedavyasa is the son of Satyavati with the Parashar Rishi. Someone else. That's why Vedavyasa is so Gyani. So she requested Bhishma Pitama first that you should do something and you can marry them and we can have grandchildren and something like that. She told, but Bhishma Pitama had the pratigya, I cannot marry anyone in my life. So he didn't do anything. So Satyavati requested Vedavyasji. Then with the tapobal of Vedavyasa, when the Ambika came in front of Vedavyasa, he was very black and very looking very dangerous, something like that. So when Ambika came in front of Vedavyasa, Ambika was so scared and she closed her eyes. That's why Dhritarashtra was Janmandha. He was blind. And when Ambalika came in front of Vedavyasa, by seeing Vedavyasa, Ambalika was like yellow. Complete sharir was yellow. She could not see him completely. And she was so scared. That's why Pandu was born and having a jaundice. He was jaundice. So then again, the Pandu cannot have children. So Kunti and Madri, two wives of Pandu, they had the son from the upasana of specific devatas. So Bhim was the Pavan Putra, that's why he was also called the brother of Hanumanji. And Arjuna was the son of Indra, and Yudhishthira was the son of Yamraja, Dharmaraja, and Nakul Sahadev, they were the son of Ashwini Kumara. So these are the 5 children of Kunti and Madri, 5 Pandavas. So this is the long story. So what happened? Dhritarashtra, after Pandu was died, Dhritarashtra has to say that these are my sons. But he never said that this Mahabharata, Mamakaha Pandavaschaiva. This was the main reason of Mahabharata, not Draupadi. We should not blame her. So second shloka, now Sanjaya has started speaking. Bhagavad Gita was the conversation of 45 minutes between Krishna and Arjuna. So Sanjaya Uvacha, let's see second shloka also. Drishtva tu pandavanikam yudhan duryodhanastada acharyam upasangamya raja vachanam abravit. Drishtva tu pandavanikam yudhan duryodhanastada. Drishtva means having seen. He has said Drishtva tu pandavanikam. By seeing the army of Pandavas. Anikam means army. By seeing the army of Pandavas, Drishtva tu Pandava, Vyudhan Duryodhanastada. And that was the army commander was the Drishtadumna. Vyudhan Duryodhanastada Acharyam Upasangamya Raja Vachanam. Going closer to the Acharya Upasangamya, having approached, he was approaching the Dronacharya, Acharyam Upasangamya. By going closer to Dronacharya, Raja Vachanam Abravit. Raja means this is the taunt for Duryodhana by Sanjaya, that Raja. Duryodhana is not the king now. He is the prince. But all the time, whenever Duryodhana say anything, the Dhritarashtra accepts all the time whatever Duryodhana say. So he is telling that Raja Vachanam Abravit, Duryodhana, king is telling, because you are just the king by name, but by actions is Duryodhana is the king. So this is the great taunt for Dhritarashtra, that your son is king now. You are just the king by name. Raja Vachanam Abravit, great taunt for Dhritarashtra. Raja, the king, Duryodhana, Vachanam Abravit. I have to tell you so many things, but let's see from third shloka. We will be seeing in next session. From third shloka, Duryodhana will be starting. He will be telling all the information and all the description of all the rajas and all the warriors in the opposite field, from the Pandava side. So he will be explaining all those things to Dronacharya and his Pitama. Then he will be afraid that how he will be winning, because Dronacharya also loves Pandavas and Bhishpitama also loves Pandavas. So there are so many things to see. From next session, we will be seeing that. Let's do 2 minutes Sankirtana and then we will end up the session. Hari Sharanam, 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 Hari Sharanam. Gopala Krishna Bhagavan ki Jai. Now we can start the question answer session.
Yes.
I have without.
Thank you, Didi. Before we proceed further in this session, here are a few important announcements. It's a matter of great pleasure to inform you all that under the Learn Geeta program, our new 28th L1 batch is starting from September 15th. Request you all to spread this message amongst your friends and relatives and encourage them to join this wonderful program and derive benefit out of it. We have the chanting of Hanuman Chalisa at the end of the session. So this is another important announcement I wanted to make. So please take part in this too, and request all of you not to leave the session until we finish the Hanuman Chalisa. So now we'll move on to the question and answer session. Now it's time for our question and answer session, and our respected Rupal Didi will answer your queries. Request the participants to come forward with your doubts. Please use the hand symbol so that you can be unmuted, and please switch on your videos also. And all of you, please wait for your turn. Each one of you will be unmuted. Please wait for your turn. And when you're unmuted, you can ask your question. So,
I have a doubt.
Yes, please wait.
Yes, Jasmita, please ask.
My
Yes.
doubt is that how Vedavyas Maharshi is born.
He was the son of Satyavati and Parashar Rishi. Once, Parashar Rishi was in the boat of Satyavati, and at that moment, when Akashvani happened, as we say radio, so someone told that this is very good nakshatra. So Parashar Rishi, he was a great Rishi actually. He had the Tapobala. So he got to know that this is the yoga. If at this moment I generate one son, so that son will be actually contributing so much to our culture, for our Sanskriti, and he will be a great Jnani, like that. So what he did, he was with the Satyavati, so he requested Satyavati. Now, if we get one son at this moment, so he is going to become a great Jnani. So are you ready? So Satyavati told, how can I be ready? I have to ask my father, or you have to ask my father. So you should ask him. So he told, this is for a few moments only. If you wait for that moment, I will ask your father and something will happen. So this nakshatra will go, this sanyog will go, like that. So he requested the Satyavati agreed, but what? There's some disturbance, just one. Yes, so he requested Satyavati and Satyavati agreed. Okay, but Satyavati is a lady again. What we will be requesting that what I will get. So she asked Parashar, what I am going to get. So Parashar told, what you want? Whatever you want, I will give you. Again, the Buddhi is fixed in makeup and everything. She told, I have very bad smell. If you give me the Vardhan or that, I will be having a very good fragrance. Then I'm fine. I'm okay. So he told, okay, not just fragrance. I will give you the fragrance that will be last for forever actually, and for kilometers and kilometers. Not for just limited to your body, no. So she was very happy and she agreed for that. Then Vedavyasa was born. Okay.
Okay.
So anybody wants to ask any question?
I apologize. Actually, there is some construction work is going on, so there is some voice disturbance. Okay.
Somebody with iPhone I've named iPhone. Somebody, please tell your name and just ask your question.
If you're able to switch on your video, please do. Yes, Ramnayak ji, please ask.
Ji, I'm Ramkrishna Nayak. My question is, how many number of slokas in Jaya Samhita or Mahabharata? You told 16 lakhs or 60 lakhs?
60.
Thank you.
Okay. Yeah. Ji Shrikant ji, please unmute.
Hello.
Jai Shri Krishna.
Ji Shrikant ji, please.
Rupal Didi, in this Bhagavad Gita, this is the, I think it is my opinion, is that everything is on the Dhritarashtra's requirement only. This Geeta means this complete fight was happened between Pandavas and Kauravas. Is it?
No, this is clear. This battle was between Pandavas and Kauravas. Is
Yeah.
there any other
But-
doubt?
No, the doubt is that his desire was that my son should be always should be great. Dhritarashtra was feeling. So Arjuna and he always likes that to be means Dhritarashtra feels that Pandavas are not should when Pandavas are the below to him. But Arjuna and Arjuna always against the Kauravas.
कौरवों को लगता था कि पांडव उनसे कम है, लेकिन दुर्योधन को पूरा भय था कि पांडव जीत जाएंगे। उनको ये बिल्कुल पता था। इसीलिए अभी हम लोग आगे देखेंगे 8वें 9वें 10वें श्लोक में क्या होगा कि दुर्योधन बड़बड़ाना शुरू कर देगा। जब हम लोग बहुत डरे होते हैं ना, तो एक कुछ भी बोलने लग जाते हैं। दुर्योधन खुद ही बोलेगा कि हम सभी मिलकर, भीष्म पहले बोलेगा वो कि भीष्म की सेना में उसको कौन परास्त कर सकता है, और फिर खुद ही बोलेगा हम सबको मिलकर भीष्म की रक्षा करनी है। अब जिसको लेकर के आप कह रहे हैं कि वो जिसकी सेना में उसको कौन परास्त कर सकता है, आप कहेंगे उसी की हमको रक्षा करनी है। तो दुर्योधन को जो गलत करता है उसको भय होता है। तो दुर्योधन को पता है कि वो कम है पांडवों से, पांडव ज्यादा है उनके साथ कृष्ण जी, तो वो जीतने ही वाले हैं। लेकिन फिर भी एक दिखावा होता है ना, इंफीरियरिटी में सुपीरियरिटी, तो वो अभी कौरवों के साथ चल रहा है। उनको पता है वो हारने वाले, फिर भी वो अपने को मनाना नहीं चाहते कि हम हार जाएंगे। वो अपने को यही बतला रहे हैं कि हम तो जीत के ही रहेंगे। तो ऐसी बात है इस केस में। जानते हैं कौरव कि पांडव सही है, वही जीतेंगे, लेकिन अपने को बताना नहीं चाहते। ऐसी बात है। ठीक है ना?
थैंक यू। जय श्री कृष्ण।
जय श्री कृष्ण।
मैं पूछना चाहती थी, आपने कहा ना द्रौपदी कारण नहीं थी, तो क्या कारण था महाभारत?
धृतराष्ट्र never considered all the Pandavas as his son. धृतराष्ट्र ने हमेशा डिस्क्रिमिनेशन रखा ही कि वो पांडु के पुत्र है, ये मेरे पुत्र हैं। धृतराष्ट्र को हमेशा पता था जो भी कौरव गलत कर रहे थे। दुर्योधन ने जहर दिया, भीम को मारने की कोशिश की, लाक्षागृह के प्रसंग में कुंती सहित सारे पांडवों को जलाकर मारना चाहा। ऐसा महल बनवाया विरोचन से कि वो सारे लोग वहीं पे जल के भस्म हो जाएंगे। ये सारी बातें दुर्योधन को, धृतराष्ट्र को पता थी। धृतराष्ट्र ने कभी रोका नहीं अपने पुत्रों को। अरे कुंती भी है भाई, तुम्हारे छोटे भाई की पत्नी है वो, और तुमने रोका नहीं कि उसको भी जला के भस्म कर दोगे। तो ये जो धृतराष्ट्र का डिस्क्रिमिनेशन था पांडवों और कौरवों के बीच में, वो कारण बना महाभारत का। अगर जब पहली बार दुर्योधन ने ऐसा किया था, भीम को जहर देने की कोशिश की थी, उसी समय उसको डांट फटकार लगाते और रोक देते, तो आगे दुर्योधन की हिम्मत नहीं होती। लेकिन सन ऑलवेज नो ना कि मेरे फादर मेरे साथ हैं कि नहीं है। अगर साथ में थे तो उसको हिम्मत मिल गई, मुझे अभी आगे भी और करना है। अगर उसको वहीं पे रोक दिया जाता तो वो दुर्योधन आगे नहीं बढ़ पाता, और उसके आगे वो ऐसा नहीं करता।
वो मामका मतलब?
मामका मेरे पुत्र, पांडवा पांडु के पुत्र।
अच्छा।
मेरे पुत्र तो कहने से सारे हो गए ना। अरे मेरे पुत्रों ने क्या किया, सारे मेरे पुत्र हैं, पांडु नहीं है तो मामका इतने से ही वो अर्थ पर्याप्त था। अगर वहां पे पांडवा उसने धृतराष्ट्र ने नहीं जोड़ा होता, लेकिन वहां पे उन्होंने खुद ही बोल दिया मामका पांडवा। तो मेरे और पांडु के पुत्रों ने क्या किया, तो पता लग गया ना कि जीवन भर में उन्होंने क्या क्या किया और जीवन भर से कैसा चला रहा है। दुर्योधन और सारे कौरवों की इतनी हिम्मत कैसे हुई, पिता साथ में थे।
थैंक यू दीदी।
जय श्री कृष्ण।
Next, Somasekaran ji.
You have to unmute. Yes, please.
Yeah, good evening and Hare Krishna. Actually, in this fight between Kauravas and Pandavas, their military was divided into Akshayonis.
Akshauhini.
What is that? Akshayoni. Akshauhini.
Yes.
So actually, Kauravas had some 11 or 18, something.
Before it was the ratio was 7-10. 7 Akshauhini Pandavas were having and 10 Akshauhini Kauravas were having. But when Duryodhana and Arjuna went to Krishna ji, so Duryodhana selected one Akshauhini Narayani Sena. So then the ratio was 7 and 11. And Pandavas, the Arjuna always selected Krishna only. Even you are weaponless, I want you.
But that Akshauhini, that is a huge army, is it not? With consisting of elephant, horses, and people and all. So, do you think that so many people can assemble over a small place called the present day Kurukshetra is a small place in Haryana?
That is one question actually, but there is one writing method. If we logically think that is not possible, but if we go, there is one writing method. If someone has done very great works in his kingdom, so that will be what he has done the Shasana for 1000 years. Can anyone live that time 1000 years? But in 100 years itself, he has done the work of 1000 years. Like that. This number is also considered. That time this was some calculation method.
Or probably the present day Kurukshetra may not be that day's Kurukshetra. It might be
Kurukshetra is same, but the area we can say that time it must be larger.
Maybe because that time it was Akhanda Bharat with Pakistan, Afghanistan, Nepal, China, all these things was Akhanda Bharat. So that also
but even
might
we
be.
Consider Akhanda Bharat, the 18 Akshavani Sena cannot assemble. That is the thing. That's why we have to go into another matter.
That means that military might is so much. They wanted to convey that.
Yes, exactly.
Thank you, Hare Krishna. Thank you, Hare Krishna.
Yeah, Jai Shri Krishna.
Jasmita Di.
Jasmita ji.
Ma'am, if Draupadi is not the reason, then why the Duryodhana thought to do Draupadi Vivastra?
Draupadi was the pride of Pandavas.
I can't hear you, ma'am.
Draupadi was the pride of Pandavas and she is the wife of all the 5 Pandavas. Duryodhana and Karna has nothing to do anything with Draupadi. But still, Karna asked to make Draupadi Nirvastra. What Karna has to do with Draupadi? No. That was just something that has come to my mind. I will do this, so Pandavas will be hurt most. So to hurt Pandavas, Kauravas has done this. Nothing to do with Draupadi.
Then it's not true that the Duryodhana felt in the water in the Indraprastha.
No, that is not. No, that is not in Mool Mahabharata. Okay? Most authentic Mahabharata, this story is not there.
Okay, means I saw in some videos
that is B.R. Chopra Mahabharata, we are seeing on a Star Plus, but that is not completely truth. That is somewhere related to Mahabharata. A basic story we get to know, but not the original story, not the exact story. Okay. So whatever serials we are watching or whatever we are seeing, we are listening from anyone, we must read the original Shastras first. So the most authentic publication is Geeta Press. We should buy the Mahabharata, purchase that and then read that. Original Ramayana, original Mahabharata, original Chanakya Niti, all these Shastras. Then we get to know what is exactly there. Now we are learning Mahabharata after L4, when you will be getting the quotes which we used to get before on WhatsApp. This has been written in Bhagavad-Gītā. This has been told by Lord in Bhagavad-Gītā. After L4, we will be getting where it is written. Who has told this? When it is came on Bhagavad-Gītā, never. This never happened like that. Okay. So after L4, we will start getting that. After listening the duration of all 18 chapters. Okay. Yes. Lakshmi ji?
Yeah, I think question and answers session is done with. And it was a very, very interesting question and answer session, Didi. And many basic questions and curious questions were answered. And now I thank you, Didi, for endowing this august gathering with your words of wisdom. We are all blessed, indeed very blessed to be here on this pleasant evening and enrich ourselves with this great knowledge. We are looking forward for the next session very curiously. Now, with the successful completion of our Vivechan part, now it's time for us to show our gratitude for the divine moments we enjoyed during the last 1.5 hours and offer our sincere prayers to the lotus feet of Paramatma. For the Prarthana, Now I invite Shri Sanjay Mukherjee from Germany, an MBA professional and an engineering project director by profession. Bhaiya has great interest in spirituality. He is associated with Geeta Parivar since July 2022 and is offering his seva as a technical assistant. Sanjay Bhaiya, please, for the prayer. Sanjay Bhaiya? Yeah.
जी जय श्री कृष्ण। योगेशं सच्चिदानन्दं वासुदेवं व्रजप्रियं धर्म संस्थापकं वीरं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुं श्रीकृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुं। जय श्री कृष्ण।
Jai Shri Krishna. Thank you so much for that wonderful prarthana, Bhaiya. And now we have come to the end of this session. On behalf of Geeta Parivar, I sincerely thank our technical team and the whole of the backend team and for the relentless efforts in making this session a memorable one to all of us. We also extend our heartfelt gratitude to all our Geeta sadhaks who have attended this session to make it a grand success. See you all in another enlightening session, same time next week. Until then, please take care. Jai Shri Krishna.
श्री गुरु चरण सरोज रज निज मनु मुकुरु सुधारी बरनउ रघुबर विमल जसु जोदायक फलचारी बुद्धिहीन तनु जानिके सुमिरौ पवन कुमार बल बुद्धि विद्या देहु मोहि हरहु कलेस विकार। जय हनुमान ज्ञान गुण सागर जय कपीसतिहु लोक उजागर रामदूत अतुलित बल धामा अंजनी पुत्र पवन सुत नामा महावीर विक्रम बजरंगी कुमति निवार सुमति के संगी कंचन बरन विराज सुबेसा कानन कुंडल कुंचित केसा हाथ वज्र और ध्वजा विराजे कांधे मूज जनेऊ साजे शंकर सुवन केसरी नंदन तेज प्रताप महाजगवंदन विद्यावान गुणी अति चातुर राम काज करिबे को आतुर प्रभु चरित्र सुनिबे को रसिया राम लखन सीता मन बसिया सूक्ष्म रूप धरि सियहि दिखावा विकट रूप धरि लंक जरावा भीम रूप धरि असुर संहारे रामचंद्र के काज संवारे लाय सजीवन लखन जियाए श्री रघुबीर हरषि उर लाए रघुपति कीन्ही बहुत बड़ाई तुम मम प्रिय भरतई सम भाई सहस बदन तुम रोजस गावे अस कहि श्रीपति कंठ लगावे सनकादिक ब्रह्मादि मुनीसा नारद सारद सहित अहिसा जम कुबेर दिक्पाल जहाते कवि कोविद कहि सकै कहाते तुम उपकार सुग्रीवहि कीन्हा राम मिलाय राजपद दीन्हा तुम्हरो मंत्र विभीषण माना लंकेश्वर भय सब जग जाना जुग सहस्र जो जन पर भानु लील्योताहि मधुर फल जानू प्रभु मुद्रिका मेलि मुख माहि जलधि लांघि गए अचरज नाही दुर्गम काज जगत के जेते सुगम अनुग्रह तुम्हरे तेते राम दुआरे तुम रखवारे होत न आज्ञा बिनु पैसारे सब सुख लहै तुम्हारी सरना तुम रक्षक काहू को डरना आपन तेज संहारो आपे तीनों लोक हांकते कांपे भूत पिशाच निकट नहीं आवे महावीर जब नाम सुनावे नासै रोग हरै सब पीरा जपत निरंतर हनुमत वीरा संकट ते हनुमान छुड़ावे मन क्रम वचन ध्यान जो लावे सब पर राम तपस्वी राजा तिनके काज सकल तुम साजा और मनोरथ जो कोई लावे सोई अमित जीवन फल पावे चारों जुग पर ताप तुम्हारा सिद्ध जगत उजियारा, साधु संत के तुम रखवारे, असुर निकंदन राम दुलारे। अष्ट सिद्धि नौ निधि के दाता, असवर दीन जानकी माता, राम रसायन तुम्हारे पासा, सदा रहो रघुपति के दासा। तुम्हारे भजन राम को पावे, जन्म जन्म के दुख बिसरावे, अंत काल रघुबर पुर जाई, जहाँ जन्म हरि भक्त कहाई। और देवता चित्तन धरई, हनुमत से सर्व सुख करई, संकट कटे मिटे सब पीरा, जो सुमिरे हनुमत बलबीरा। जय 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 हनुमान गोसाई, कृपा करहु गुरुदेव की नाई, जो सत बार पाठ कर कोई, छूट ही बंदी महासुख होई। जो यह पढ़े हनुमान चालीसा, होय सिद्धि साखी गौरीसा, तुलसीदास सदा हरि चेरा, की जय नाथ हृदय महडेरा। पवन तनय संकट हरन, मंगल मूर्ति रूप, राम लखन सीता सहित, हृदय बसहु सुर भूप। सियावर रामचंद्र की जय, पवन सुत हनुमान की जय, उमापति महादेव की जय।
Can I end the meeting?